I
All right,
love
Sam,
Warzone.
you wanna walk us through the results?
Are we jumping right in?
Nope.
I think so.
I wasn't ready.
All right.
So for those of you who may have started this episode, 2 episodes ago, we all put in our predictions for who would win during the Game Awards that aired last night. And now Sam has counted up the votes and compared to the results, and now we will see who wins.
All right.
Damn it, I'm not recording.
I made a list. I checked it
Bro.
twice. Oh.
Bro, you just got pranked.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh. I was gonna say I'd feel awkward
or am I
rehashing
joking?
my Santa joke, but
Maybe
yeah.
I'm just joking about joking.
So coming in fourth place, I should see. Yeah, coming. By the way, 26 total categories. Coming in at fourth place among the boys with 9 of the 26 correct. It's gonna be Ethan.
Damn! I already got my predictions wrong.
He predicted
I'm
the predictions.
not on a good start.
Tied for second place with 13 out of 26 predictions correct. It's a 50%, accuracy rate. We've got Pierce and Jackson.
Dang. Dang, dude, I was way off of my predictions.
Then I took first place with 16 of 26.
Oh wow, only one above. Yeah,
For
I don't know
con-
why you thought you would completely fuck up Pierce.
Because of my thought process. Maybe my thought process worked. So before this, I was saying that my predictions were that I would be last, and then it would be Ethan, and then like there would be a huge gap, and then it would be Sam, and then it would be Jackson. Or no, it would be Jackson and then Sam. Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. It was pretty close, and I
But-
think there were a lot of
second and
categories
th-
where we all chose the same thing, and then enough where we all chose different things that
But-
kind of just created that separation.
Not only did I get the entire order wrong, but I said that there was going to be a massive gap between second and third, and they were literally tied. I did not have any faith. But good job.
Good games, good
Um,
predictions.
Good.
Not
Did
bad.
we? What did we all say for game of the year?
All right.
War.
I said God of War Ragnarok and was the only one to do so. Jackson said Xenoblade 3, and that question would have put him above Pierce if he answered with Elden Ring, and then Ethan and Pierce chose Elden Ring. The game of
Elden
the year
Ring was
winner.
really the only one I could choose anyways, because it was the only one I played. But
If I remember correctly, I thought that Elden Ring would win it, but I wanted God of War to have it, so I tried to manifest it.
well,
Did not
I
work.
think that those games were pretty equally that either one could have won.
Yeah, it's tough
So,
because
it was
one,
it was a coin toss no matter what.
yeah, one perfected an already winning an established formula in God of War 2018. I think God of War Ragnarok is better than God of War 2018 in almost every way, but the other revolutionized open world, RPGs. So what are you gonna do about that? I still I think Elden Ring absolutely deserved this award. I was happy for it, but God, and it's even worse now that it has won Game of the Year. I want to play this game so bad and experience the world, but I can't because I suck at it, and I can't. I have 30 hours logged. I'm not near where I should be with that amount of time put in. Just give me an easy mode, FromSoft, please.
Bro, I have 10
Come
hours in
on.
that game, and I have not. I've literally made zero. The most progress I've made is talking to that ghost lady, and she gives you she give you a horse. The lady,
Yeah.
that's the farthest I've progressed in the game. I've beat a non-essential dungeon. That's
The
it.
things I've heard and seen are just incredible, and I want to experience those things without, the thousands of deaths.
Yeah, no.
I had
get
fun
it.
just
It's
walking
their
around.
thing, they make hard games, okay? Look, I think Jedi Fallen Order did it perfectly. It's like a Souls-like type game where it's, it's very difficult, even on its, like, standard, difficulty. But then there's, like, Padawan, mode and story
This man
mode.
played on Padawan mode.
Which, I didn't play on Padawan mode. I beat it on regular. But, like...
Jackson beat on, like,
Grandmaster.
But you're a FromSoft kid. But, yeah, it's like, come on, man. Elden Ring seems so cool. But I can't play.
Sam, just do what I did. Just go, like, don't worry about progressing. Just have fun and, like, I would just, like...
But I want to beat the game.
Yeah, but if
This
you
guy's
do
like,
that, you will...
go.
No, but listen, if you do that, you will... like level up and it'll be easier once you do start doing.
I'd have like most of the stuff I've done.
That's
like,
easy.
The reason
mode,
I'm
bro.
not far in the 30 hours in, I'm in Stormvale Castles, is that like I spent all of that time running around just doing stuff. I tackled a handful of like mini dungeons and those were fun and I was able to handle them. But I don't think like it hasn't given me like a crazy advantage. I think like no matter what, you still have to be good at that really like twitchy reaction, gameplay, and I'm just not super great at it. Just fine.
That's why I'm like farming, or when I was playing, I was just farming a bunch so that since I'm not good at it, I would be a high enough level to where I could at least be competent and just tank damage and shit.
I was also like, I should probably go in with like a tank build, and I don't do that. I like playing magic.
Oh yeah, I did not
boys.
like choose. I did not choose like a good build for me, or maybe I did, but I remember not being happy with it initially. Maybe I don't know. I tried playing like a week ago. And I just don't. I don't know what I was doing when I stopped playing. I was just like in the middle of nowhere. I was nowhere near where I recognized anything. So I just shut it off.
Damn.
I gave up. I walked around for like a couple minutes and then just shut it off because I did not know what I was doing.
Yeah, but hey, after I beat God of War and then finally finish Horizon and then play Horizon's DLC, then play the Mass Effect trilogy, I'll get back around to Elden Ring.
I'm sure there's a couple more things in there you could probably do before you do that.
But
So,
trailers?
how'd you guys Well, what about the actual? Since we just got off our predictions, what about just like the actual results? How did you guys feel about them? Was there any that you didn't like? Any you thought weren't deserving, or any that like thought maybe maybe it was deserving, but like you wanted something better?
So, since I haven't played God of War Ragnarok, I won't say anything about the sound. Was it like sound design or something that it won? Audio
design.
That seems a bit robbed from like even like MW2 or Elden Ring, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I think Xenoblade definitely got robbed in music.
No, I'll tell you what got robbed in music.
I
Sonic.
disagree. I think God of War Ragnarok's soundtrack is incredible. Like, granted,
Well,
I haven't heard
Xenoblade's
Xenoblade's.
Well, I think that Sonic should have been nominated,
like
and it wasn't even nominated.
God of War
Bro,
was
the
such.
amount of
Oh, go ahead.
the amount of musical storytelling in Xenoblade 3 is like half of its story.
Okay, is there a
It's fucking
hurdy-gurdy?
amazing.
Which
No.
game? Okay, tell me this, Jackson. Which game did they do a live performance on stage with a hurdy-gurdy?
And Hosier.
In Hosier.
Doing
game they
Nordic
knew they would
vocals.
Yeah, well, which game inspired Flute Guy to go off?
Oh, true. Okay. You know, point.
He's got us there. That's a tough one.
I actually think, like, I didn't play Xenoblade 3, but I know, like, everyone who did play it was really high on that game. And, like, I don't know, would you consider it the best in that series?
Oh, for sure. It's probably the best JRPG. Like
I
ever made.
think
Whoa.
with Elden Ring getting
Ever
Game of the
made?
Year, and we talked about
That's
like
a
before
high
the
bar. There's
pod,
a lot.
like the implications of games like getting a ton of awards.
Sam.
Like, does that increase its chances or decrease its chances for Game of the Year? And then, like, if that is true, that if something's gonna win Game of the Year, they're gonna give the other awards to a different game. I think our best RPG should have gone to Xenoblade 3 instead of
I
Elden
did think
Ring.
that was. Oh, I think that was the one that it won where I was like, I think they said it in like a side thing. Right?
Yeah, which I think
Yeah,
it's much
I think
more.
so.
Elden Ring's definitely an RPG, but like, the Xenoblade seems more of a traditional RPG and seemed to really, really impress fans of the genre. So
Yeah,
with Elden Ring
thought
getting that
that
Game
was-
of the Year, I think that they could have tossed that one to Xenoblade.
Yeah, like I've never even played I've never played a single play. I've never played a single.
Xenoblade.
I've never played a single Blade game.
You got it.
And I haven't played a lot of Elden. I mean, 10 hours in Elden Ring, but like not doing shit. Elden Ring is very much an RPG, but not like Xenoblade is. Xenoblade, like you said, it's more traditional, but like even then, like even in like a non-traditional sense, I feel like Elden Ring's kind of pushing it.
It's very much like in between RPG and action adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like its
We need a
RPG
new-
elements
Never
aren't
mind.
any different from any other like FromSoft Souls-born game.
I was gonna say we need like a new.
Yeah.
Like, it revolutionized the open world. It didn't do much with the RPG mechanics.
Yeah, if anything, it took more from like Breath of the Wild, like in terms of its open world, with how it's just like go off, do whatever you want.
Go off, King.
I was gonna say they need like a new name for stuff that's in between like an action adventure game and an RPG, but that's just called an action RPG. So I can't think of any. I can't think of any like things that won that like I thought should, or stuff that didn't win that I thought should.
I don't know, looking at like I was looking at like a results list earlier today, and like everything like made sense for their categories. Even
This
too,
was a
for the
pretty
most
like
part.
good year. There weren't any like there were just enough games to where all the games in the categories like looked like they were supposed to be there. Some years there's like I guess even like this year there were a couple, but some years the categories you can really tell that they're struggling to find games. Like according like when I was watching Critical's stream, because he's like in the fighting game community, whatever, with esports, but he was talking about how there's like no like the fighting games list that they have for like best fighting game was abysmal. Apparently that JoJo's game that was on there was like broken. It's completely broken.
It's like last year we
One
had
of them
Jump
is, like,
Force
that
make it in
yeah,
there.
wait, yeah, how did that happen?
There's just not enough fighting games released
Because
in a
it
year. I
didn't
don't
even
think.
come out last year.
Oh yeah,
I forgot
we
Jump
ta-
Force was
Speaking of
last.
the fighting game,
It
I
was
think
in
a
the-
lot of us didn't think Multiverses really deserved that.
I did. I thought it was
Yeah.
the only fighting game there that. I thought it was the only fighting game there.
It was
And from
another
what
one
I've
that
heard-
launched like really buggy, and it's just.
And from what I've
I think
heard
the
from
whole
like people
category
in
is
the
pretty
fighting,
bad.
I thought that. Oh, from what I heard from like people in the fighting game, like people who play fighting games, Multiverses was like undoubtedly the best game there. I mean, Sifu obviously, but that's not. I don't like Sifu is a fighting game like technically because you fight in it, but it's not a fighting game like all the other games. And like what you think of when you think of a fighting game, you're not thinking of something like Sifu. You're thinking of Smash or Street Fighter.
What Sifu did is unique
Mortal Kombat.
because it used fighting game mechanics in like a single player game.
Yeah,
which
but
is really
that
cool.
the single
and
player
was like universally beloved.
it deserved an award, but nominating it for, you got to think of it like just in terms of who's voting for it and what you think of when you think of a fighting game.
I understand
like,
why it didn't win, but I think it should have.
Yeah, from most people I heard in the fighting game community, Multiverses was definitely deserving because most people like Multiverses. I like Multiverses. But I think Sifu should have won something, but I thought it was really weird to put it there. Because that's not something that's gonna win.
Yeah. See, I think
no one's gonna think of it like that.
It's the best game that was in that category. Whether or not like it's considered
it was the
a
best
fighting game, I think at that point
there.
is like, I think the fact that it was there meant it should have won, and if it wasn't gonna win, it probably shouldn't have been put there. Because that's I'm sure the mindset that people had is like, oh, well, this isn't like considered a traditional fighting game. Well, it's like, well, maybe it shouldn't have been put in that category at all.
Though that's why I'm saying about a lack of titles to put there.
But I think it is kind of cool that like to consider that a fighting game, because it's like, oh,
I
okay,
do
we're
too.
expanding the
But
idea of what a fighting game is. Like if it uses, like if it relies on certain inputs that are like, not just like, press this button is linked to this attack. It's more like, string these buttons together to get an attack, like in a fighting game. But it's just also like, it's, instead of you doing that against another player who's also doing that, just doing that against AI. I think that's cool. I think it would have been nice to see that.
I agree with you
get a
100%. I agree with you 100%, but I think what happened was they didn't have enough fighting games, and they were like, oh, this has fighting game mechanics, let's just put it in. Like, I bet it wasn't even like a consideration until they were like, oh shit, we don't have enough fighting games.
I think it
Let's
mostly
grab a shitty
comes
JoJo
down,
game.
like that one. I think if it was voted upon by like, like I think that one's fully up to like, oh, like, when the New York Times gets a vote for, fighting game of the year, what are they going to choose? Of course they're going to choose Multiverses. It's like it's the one that everyone's heard of. It's the like, I'm sure a lot of these outlets haven't heard of Sifu or thought like, oh, well, Sifu isn't a fighting game. Didn't really.
Yeah, I don't think it comes with the lack
thinking.
of recognition. I think it just comes, with that lack of thinking of it as a fighting game.
Yeah.
What else? I think that's... I don't know, were you guys disappointed at the best esports coach?
Did any of us
Bro, they
predict
didn't
that,
even...
right? Did we even predict
Why don't
that
we
one?
didn't do it. We didn't do any esports.
Damn.
Dude, they don't even bother to read the esports. Like, they just go best esports. They don't read the nominations or anything. Or who won. They say best esports, they show the names, and then they highlight the winner.
That that kind of segues into one thing I wanted to talk about with the Game Awards. I enjoy the Game Awards. I love watching it every year.
Yeah, I do
getting
too.
Shit-faced. I think it's a great show. One thing I think the show needs to do is, and I love that it's like kind of also the marketing thing. It's like the E3 to hold you over until E3 the next year. That's cool. And even if it means making the show longer, I'm not a fan of, like, as much as I love the trailers being there, I don't know how I feel about them being there at the expense of certain awards. Like there's only a handful that, they actually, we have the person go up, accept the award, give a small speech, unless you're Christopher Judge.
He give a 10-minute speech.
I think it actually clocked in at 8 minutes is what I saw, which is insane.
It got hype at the end though.
Yeah, I think they were like trying to play him off, but it just heightened, like it just made it better, which was sick.
Okay, let's finish your thought and then let's segue into that because we need to talk about that.
Okay, but like so many awards, it's just they like Keely's standing there. It's like here are the nominees, here's the winner. All right, here's some more trailers. Like I think that it would have been cool to like have a small Ludwig speech when he wins, or
That was weird because
He
that
thought he was
used
gonna
to.
give one.
Well,
He
that
had
used to
one
be.
prepared.
oh that's
I
oh
didn't-
man.
They
Damn.
typically don't bring them on stage, but like I remember like seeing the winners like with Keeley before, like at the
Yeah,
side.
like they'd
thing.
hand them off at the. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But like
Yeah.
they wouldn't usually give a speech. But
But
like they normally at least show them.
It's also funny that like two of the presenters were there because they were content creators, and then they didn't let the person who won content creator of the year like do anything or like
They
give
had-
him an award.
They had two people who were content creators and they didn't give out content creator of the year. that aside thing I noticed was that they had a brand new category for like best adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like one of the few categories where they don't have like a Hollywood person give it out. They had like the lady who was doing the pre-show. Like, why would you not have your specifically Hollywood Hollywood award and not have someone in Hollywood give it out like Al Pacino?
how about Al Pacino though?
Dude, he was definitely
He
there.
Did not know why he was there.
He was definitely there. Dude,
He's either
every old person that came on
dementia-riddled
stage.
or high as fuck.
No, dude,
or both.
every person who was old that came on stage did not know what they were doing. They looked lost. The like
Yeah.
old couple who like made Atari games or whatever, they were so confused. They did not know what was going on. Al Pacino takes the cake though because he was paired with Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
And he just stood there the whole speech. Just awesome. Like when
Dude.
it cut to that angle where he's just kind of awkwardly standing off to the side.
That was wild. That's like the Game Awards started and ended like phenomenally.
Yeah.
Like really big moments. But like I loved his speech. That's if you want to talk about stuff that like you wish the Game Awards did different. I mean obviously maybe not let them go as long as they want, but I like the idea of larger acceptance speeches because that goes back to the whole thing of it's an award show. Let the people who won the award have their time. You know, let them thank all the people they want to thank. Maybe not 10 minutes. Like maybe you could cap it to like 5. Like 5 minutes max is what you're allowed. Get rid of some of the trailers. Leave in that time. And then if you're lucky, because I know one thing that Jeff was trying to do this year was make it shorter, and it didn't. It still ended up being like 3 hours long. But like that would help. So like if some people decide to not do a full speech, it would end up shortening the show. If you give these allotted 5-minute times, then you get to move everything up. But I thought his speech was awesome.
Yeah.
He
The
just
other thing
kept
was-
going.
It was like he was so slow in his delivery. Just, think
If
that
you
really
cut out
helped him
all the
pad out
like
the time.
pauses, if you cut out all the
Man
pauses, it's
thought
definitely
before he spoke.
he did. But I fucking loved it.
All
They
right.
tried to play him off with the music, and it just made it more epic. Because what happened was they had because I saw videos. I think did I send the video of the teleprompter?
Yeah.
They had there's videos of people at the Game Awards, and the teleprompter says, "Please wrap it up." So I think the mix of like that and then like him realizing he's being played off, it like you start to like you got to gather your final thoughts, and the final thoughts always end up being like they're more epic sounding on their own, but then you add the music, and it's like, oh man, this is fucking awesome. It was pretty cool. I was down for that. Jeff was definitely pissed off. There's no
Later on, he made
was
like
totally
a comment
pissed,
about
bro.
it.
What?
Later on, he made like a remark about like giving a speech, and he said, "And hopefully it's short." And I feel like
Well, right after that, he was like, I think I think he was trying to give away a few more Steam decks.
Yeah.
Nice. Did you guys
Oh.
try and win a Steam Deck?
No,
I did not. I could never get the website to work.
I never bothered.
Yeah, neither did I.
All right, before we talk about that ending, we're gonna get to it. Are there any trailers or anything that stood out to you guys? Announcements wise.
Not like personally anything I'm like super excited for, but like there was stuff that like I acknowledge is something that's gonna be big and like is pretty hype in terms of the gaming landscape. Stuff like Hades 2 or the BioShock.
Oh, the
That was really
Judas,
BioShock
the
game.
BioShock one. That was probably my most excited announcement.
Or
was really cool.
Are you guys hyped about Death Stranding 2?
Nah.
No.
Bro, that shit was too weird for me, bro. I know, like, Kojima weird, bro.
Are there people that are super into, Death Stranding? 'Cause, like, Kojima made a comment about, like,
Yeah.
oh, you're going to have to, go and comb over this trailer and find all the little hidden details. It's like, man, I thought that
Bro,
game
people love
buzz.
Kojima. People love Kojima. Like, he's one of those people who they're gonna ride his dick whether a game sucks or not.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it's cool.
well, I
Hopefully
actually
they
got-
change up the gameplay from the first one.
I got a list of all the trailers that we can go through.
The first
Kind of
one of the first ones, one of my most excited ones was and I downloaded Dead Cells today and started playing it just because I'm excited for that Castlevania crossover.
I heard
if
Dead Cells
Konami
was
won't
good.
make us a game themselves, fine, I guess Dead Cells will do it. It's like, I'm a huge Castlevania fan. I'd love a new Castlevania game. I'll take this.
Yeah, well, get ready for an extremely hard game.
Nice.
What is Dead Cells?
So it's got like roguelike elements. It's got Metroidvania elements.
So it's a side scroller.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you had to tell me. I assumed it was probably in a Metroidvania type thing if there was going to be a Castlevania.
Yeah,
DLC.
but it's got the roguelike elements of like, no playthrough's the same. You get cool stuff when you beat a boss, and if you die, you go back to the beginning. Yeah.
It was a big day for like
Pretty good.
indie games, sequels, expansions, or like new games from familiar studios.
The
Like, we had
Game
that
Awards are
Celeste.
always pretty good for indies.
Oh yeah, and, like the Celeste, not sequel, but next game from that studio that kind of looks like Celeste with combat. That looks really cool
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Love Celeste.
Final Fantasy 16, probably won't play it, but looks really cool.
Yes.
I probably
Yeah, I
will
didn't
play
know what was
that.
going on.
I'm a newfound Final Fantasy fan after FF7 Remake.
I just downloaded Final Fantasy 14, so I might get addicted to that.
Best ongoing game.
I couldn't be fucked.
Yeah.
There, I said it. Couldn't be fucked. About Final Fantasy.
Ethan, I think you'd really like Final Fantasy.
I I've tried playing Final Fantasy 15, I think, when it came out. The one with yeah, because actually, like, my stepdad got it on PlayStation, so
I've heard that one's a dud.
I piggybacked on it, and
Okay,
yeah, I did not have much fun.
I got like 20. I always get like 20 hours into 15, and then I'm like, I'll play this sometime later, and then I never do it, so I just restart. I want to get back.
Bro,
into
don't
it
restart.
because I can't. I have to because I have no idea what I've been doing or where I am.
Yeah, but if you don't restart, then you'll play another 20 hours, and eventually you'll complete it.
It's not how my brain works.
You gotta try.
but-
Record what you were doing before you stopped last.
No, but I want to get back into it because I've heard like as time went on, it has a status now where that like it's so like bad and over the top that it's good.
Nice.
Interesting.
Nice.
I highly recommend you boys try out the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Could not
And
be
I've heard
fucked.
great things
Yeah.
about the upcoming Crisis Core remaster, which I'll be picking up next week. So.
I will
Part
not.
1 of FF7 remake was really good.
Oh, you have played it, yeah. You know it's great.
Yeah.
I will not be picking them up.
I tried playing original Final Fantasy VII, but I got to the part where the remake ends, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the remake sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, I know some of the big spoilers just because it's hard to not know, but yeah, I wanna experience the game kind of first for the first time, or experience the story for the first time through the remakes.
Yeah, I find it interesting that like it's what am I trying to say? It's a remake, but it's also different.
Yeah, like the whole
It's a
ending
remake.
of the
They're kind of
first
playing
game.
into a fact that it's a remake.
Yeah, they're like it's all about changing fate, and like it's treating the original game like it's like that's fate, that's what's supposed to happen, and then like which pissed off a lot of hardcore fans. But I think that's a cool concept, like fucking around with the timeline.
I don't.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
I am a fan.
Armored Core. I hope it's like I hope it's like a Soulsborne game and not like Armored Core games because they don't look fun to play.
are they
What are they?
hard? Do they make those hard too?
Yeah.
What are they?
It's like you pilot a mech and it's much more like Call of Duty in a sense where like it's missions that you go through. You get like debrief at the start, and then you just like go around pretty much killing everything you can, completing the objective, and then on to the next mission. But I heard it's more skill in like using your weapons efficiently. So like Doom, but not a first-person shooter.
Damn.
And I saw like a Vadi Vidya on YouTube who does a lot of like Soulsborne lore stuff. Read through it wasn't like an interview, it was like a press debrief or something that FromSoft did, and it said that it's taking like stuff that they've mastered from their games over the past couple of years and putting it into this like reboot of this series. So I don't know.
So it's a reboot.
Hoping it's. The game apparently the game has been like, even though there's been 6 games, it's been like soft rebooted like a bunch of times in that 6-game series. So
Damn.
yeah, I don't know. The trailer looked fucking sick.
Yeah.
Though. They know how to make cutscenes.
It's not a
Did it
trailer.
say 2023 on that one?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Correctly? That's kind of crazy.
Most games were 2023, I think. Like,
Of course.
a lot of them.
Oh, good.
I was just saying, a lot of them were.
The only one I remember seeing in 2024 was the Celeste,
Yeah, there were a few.
studio.
They weren't
game,
all 2023, but
which is a bummer because I want to play that now.
Yeah.
it's not a
And then-
trailer. Oh, you go ahead if you're
What?
going to say it. I was just going
It's
to say
an
it's.
announcement.
I was gonna say it's not a trailer, but the Mario movie clip.
Oh,
I think it
Yeah,
looks like
it-
it's gonna be good.
it
Yeah.
might be a good movie.
I think it
Yeah.
might be a good movie.
I'm like
I
hyped
don't-
for it.
I think that people are way overreacting with Chris Pratt. But I think
Chris
that people
Pratt.
are way overreacting with Chris Pratt's voice. Like it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's not awful. It's not. I no. I will I will say like obviously like Mario should. Obviously you want the best voice for Mario, but like to say that like you don't like Chris Pratt and like you think he's like doing a lazy job, even though you can clearly tell he's doing some type of voice. And then to praise Charlie Day as Luigi when he's not it's literally just his voice, but like obviously it fits. Like I'm not denying that Charlie Day is a great job for Luigi, but like it's just his voice.
Yeah.
Like don't be mad at Chris Pratt. Like he's just doing his job, and he's doing a voice, and he sounds fine. A lot of like I wasn't caught off guard by his voice at all during that clip.
Yeah, I don't think it's awful, but I don't like it. I, I, I don't know. I thought his his accent, his little voice he was doing felt inconsistent. Like sometimes it
No,
it
that
really
is
just
it is
sounded like
inconsistent.
it sounded like just Chris Pratt, and then other times it sounded like he was trying to do like a New York thing.
No,
which-
it's definitely inconsistent. It's different every single trailer they release.
Which that's the thing. Like if he just kind of stuck with one voice and went on,
But
it
like
seems
maybe,
to vary in how Italian he is.
but like maybe when we watch the movie, it'll just like maybe these things are just cut weird because this clip definitely seemed the most consistent out of all the things we've seen, and it was just one continuous clip. Maybe like once we see the whole movie, like the stuff in the trailers won't sound as weird, but it is every clip has had a different voice. But this
I
was the
don't
most consistent.
I don't think he's gonna like ruin the movie by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it'll be hard to convince me that he was the best choice. Like watching this movie.
This is a very unpopular opinion, but I don't think that Charles Martinet would have been a good choice for Mario.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think that he would have been the best choice either.
Especially if they're going with the if you keep the rest of the cast the same, then it just sounds even more out of place. But like they've done things where they have Charles Martinet talk as Mario before. That you have that thing at the Nintendo store where you can have a talk with Mario, and then they've made videos. There's a video I remember when Mario Sports Mix came out. They released a video that's 9 minutes long where it's just an interview with Mario and talking about Mario Sports Mix. And when I was a kid, I thought it was cool because Mario's talking, but watching back, it is just kind of I wouldn't want to watch a whole movie, a whole hour and a half movie of Charles Martinet's voice, unless he was voicing Wario. Wario just works because WarioWare Gold on the 3DS had full voice acting, and he was amazing as Wario. I would listen to that for 2 hours, but not his Mario voice. But that's my unpopular opinion on that, because everyone just thinks it should be Charles Martinet, and I just disagree.
Yeah, doing Mario. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Doing Mario in a movie is very different than having a woohoo every once in a while when you jump.
I thought the music was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how they snuck in 10 different Mario songs.
Yeah, and that's just in one little clip.
All the Easter eggs. It was just super cute.
Visually, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Illumination's using their Minions money.
For real. I knew that like everyone was worried when it was Elimination, but Nintendo was working on this so closely. I knew it wouldn't like they couldn't fuck it up in like they could fuck it up in like a storytelling sense, obviously, but like in terms of how like making the movie, like it would all feel Mario at least. And I think they did a good job. I think all the character designs are on point. The animation's beautiful.
Well, actually, Princess Peach is too woke.
True. We cannot
That's
have
true.
the leader
She shouldn't be allowed to lead the kingdom. She's a woman.
Yeah.
and
so.
teach. She shouldn't be allowed to lead a kingdom and teach a person who just entered their world how their world works. People are like, why is she training Mario? Mario's just a bumbling idiot. Yeah, he is. Mario is a bumbling idiot. But he's confident. That's the thing with Mario. It's not that he's...
Do you guys think that he's gonna find a mushroom and then he's gonna grow bigger? Or is he just gonna do it strip balls?
What's the over
that's a
under
tough
on there
one.
being like a mushroom tripping joke in the movie? I feel like it's pretty likely.
I think it's
I'd say
too... I think
over-
it's too likely to happen.
Over
I think
under
it's so-
25%. What would you guys take?
I think it is
Over
so easy of a
25%.
joke to make that it's not going to happen. And also, maybe Nintendo wouldn't want that.
Oh, true.
I think it would just be like Toad being like, "Don't take that one."
Yeah. Well, he
I
did.
would chuckle at that.
No, he already did. He already did kind of do that. When Mario first meets Toad, he like yells at him. He's like, "Don't touch that one, you'll die." They already used that
Dude.
type of joke. I don't know if they'd use it twice.
Oh my god.
They should just chain
Keegan
them.
Michael Key. Bro, people were not having his jokes.
Bro, no one was laughing. After he said that first thing, I was like, "Get this man off the stage! Get him out of here!"
It makes me sad for him.
It wasn't funny.
I don't remember. That might have been later in the show.
Exactly.
We were really fucked up by the end.
What were your shots? Because you took shots you were drinking during the game.
We
or
just,
not.
like-
You didn't take shots, but you like drank.
We
was
we
your
did
drinking
actually take
criteria?
shots. We drank. We just drank every time we got a prediction wrong. And we how we did a point system. So like there was a winner, and so with every category, like you know, shout out who you think will win. We couldn't take the same one, so we'd have to go different ones. And then like the other thing we did is for like a trailer, if we could name what the trailer was for, like before the reveal, then we'd get a point for that too. But then we
that's
just did
interesting.
shots every time an absurd thing happened. So like we did shot with like Crash came out when
Dude,
Reggie
what the-
showed up.
I forgot
Oh my
about.
god.
Dude, he's the
Crash bit
murderer.
was awful.
Dude, the crash bit was so unfunny.
Every time Animal showed up, we took a shot.
Dude, that's why Elden Ring won. It's because Animal said it was gonna win.
True.
It was kind of
Bro, oh my
surreal
God.
watching Animal like
Animal Crossing.
that was funny. I
It was nuts.
dude, that was fun. That was the least funny joke in that bit. But that Animal bit did make me chuckle a little. When he was like, dude, it was so stupid when he was like, "Go Kojima," dude, it just made me laugh.
And
It
we
was
cut to
we had-
Kojima like awkwardly smiling
Yeah,
in the crowd.
Dude, how does Kojima not speak English? He can,
I don't know, man. Why don't
understand
you
it,
speak
right?
Japanese?
Yeah, but he's like, but his like whole thing is like he loves Hollywood movies,
True. I don't know.
and like he can.
What's like also like the Dark Souls director Miyazaki, like he was answering the questions even though they were asked in English. So
That's so
Yeah,
weird.
maybe he
like I feel like
understands English all right. It's just the speaking, or maybe he's just not confident enough in his English to
yeah.
have.
But
not
like
have
I
a
feel like
translator
someone
there.
like him, but I feel like someone like him would specifically like learn how to. Someone like I feel like someone like Kojima would like learn how to speak English. I don't know.
mhm.
I thought he's a genius. Isn't he supposed to be a genius? How come he doesn't know English?
You're making a lot of points here.
Yeah. You guys hyped for Death Stranding?
No, you already asked.
Yeah, well, I just had to make sure your opinions hadn't changed.
Well, back to game trailers. Next one on here was Hades 2, and that's early access next year, so I'm definitely picking that up. And then Judas. Yeah, I don't think there was a release date with that.
Judas looked spicy. I am excited
There's
for that.
not one on IGN, so. But yeah, the art, like that game had like 10 different art styles.
I've never like got into BioShock games, but I've always liked the visual, just like the whole like the atmosphere about it, and like the like aesthetic of it, the visual thing. Like she had like a thing in her hand.
Yeah, BioShock 1
She did have a
is
thing.
great. I haven't played the others, but it looked a lot
Yeah.
like BioShock, especially with the thing in the hand. It's very like BioShocky. Where like in BioShock you used the injections and kind of had a power in one hand, the gun in the other. Looked to
BioShock
be a
is one of those
similar thing.
series where it's like, I know I have to play it, I just haven't yet.
Yeah. But it's harder than like it's one of those. It's like a watch list, both games, but games are so much harder to sit down and commit to playing.
Yeah,
Especially as we get
I'm pretty
older.
sure I own all of them.
Yeah, or maybe they're on Game Pass.
The collection was free, like it's one of those things that like it popped up in the PlayStation Game of the Month at one point, so I have it in my library.
I definitely
Thanks
own.
again.
like,
Shout out
Infinite.
PlayStation. I turn off auto renew every fucking time, but somehow it ends up back on. I got charged again this week. $60, another year. You got me, Sony.
Damn.
But you wouldn't be doing anything illegitimate to not need that. You're a happy paying PlayStation Plus customer.
That's true.
You aren't doing anything to where you wouldn't need that,
Yeah.
Sony.
Okay, Death Stranding 2, no one cares. Cyberpunk DLC with Idris Elba.
I'm in.
That was weird.
Yes.
I'd
They're
be
like,
in if
how
it
is-
didn't. Go
How-
ahead.
Did this game make money? How was this
Yeah.
possible?
It sold a ton. I think the game commercially was a success. It was just like critically that it got panned, and then it also saw like a resurgence in sales after Edge Runners. So the game is very profitable, but
It was very like
was bad for their
overdone.
stock.
How like, and the whole like refunds thing. That was
Yeah.
a bit overblown. That like, not that I guarantee it. Like I'm sure maybe higher people than normal were refunding, but nothing crazy.
I
You
feel like
know,
with every title, like even with
How
Pokemon,
much higher,
I'm sure
you know,
not that many people
Yeah,
go
that
through
too.
with that refund option.
Also, apparently that's just I didn't know you could just refund Nintendo. I thought Nintendo was like hard on refunds.
But
But
You
apparently,
normally can.
yeah, it was special for Pokemon. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I heard like I was listening to multiple podcasts and they said it's not like you can refund Nintendo games like they've done it before. It's not like it's a misconception that you can't. Because that's what I thought too. I thought that it was a special thing, but I listened to multiple podcasts this week where they talked about that news and they were like, "Yeah, that's a misconception. It's not like a special thing."
I don't know, cause like
I'm pretty sure I was listening.
to. Cause remember, when I had Sword and Shield, I had to refund their expansion pass because I bought the wrong one. And when I was talking to the guy, he was like, "Yeah, this is like your one refund." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Well, maybe there's just a limit.
And then it got charged back on my thing again, and then he gave me another refund.
So
you
it
got
wasn't.
2 refunds anyways. Yeah.
It sounds like they're pretty good with refunds. You gave you an extra. You got a whole extra.
That was generous.
But yeah, I doubt. I guarantee you that Cyberpunk has a very, and I saw a lot of people hyped for this DLC, so it must have a very like passionate fan base.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys excited for not GTA with Vanilla Ice?
What was
What
that?
was that
I
game?
forgot about that. I forgot about that. What was that?
It had like
it's
an
called
all-star
Crime Boss.
cast.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
I was like-
Hollywood stars.
Like Michael
Vanilla
Rooker
Ice.
looked cool, and then I was like, oh great.
Looked like first-person Vice City. Like the gameplay didn't look interesting to me, but like just the fact that this game was under wraps until just now. I think they said it was coming out in like March. It's got this crazy cast.
I am like interested. I'll look into it more like as more stuff comes out.
Called
'Cause they did
Crime
get
Boss
me with
Rock
that.
A City.
What?
Crime Boss Rock A City. Oh yeah, Chuck Norris, Danny Trejo, Vanilla Ice, Kim Basinger, and oh yeah, Danny Glover. They got a lot of people for this.
Like what? Why Vanilla Ice? That's still just like
Don't know.
they lost me. They lost me there. But I'll keep an eye on it. GTA 5.5.
New
Yeah,
Transformers game that I feel like.
That caught me off guard.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would never have guessed that that trailer was for Transformers, but
When it
I'm
showed
down.
the hands, like from the point of view of, I'm assuming Bumblebee because it was yellow.
for like a
I
couple,
like I thought
Okay.
it was Titan. Like my like rational guess was that it was Titanfall. But Transformers did pop up in my head for like a split second, and I was like, no, that's stupid. Why would they do it, like frame it like this? And then it was Transformers. Out of nowhere.
Mm.
And there
Do we
was
know anything about that
nothing
game?
out online about it for like hours afterwards. I was kind of trying to look into it and see what the game like was, and I thought I'd like made it up because there was like nothing from the official Transformers Twitter about it. I'm like, what? What is going on? And then, yeah, it turns out it's gonna be a co-op or 1 to 4 player, story action game. So, kind of like I'm thinking about that kind of the Aliens game that came out this year. That was a up to 4 player co-op.
That might be
horde
fun.
shooter. I think it will be fun.
I
The
thought that I
villains
used
are
to
the
have.
Legion.
I don't know who it is.
Which if I understand correctly, it's Transformers that were kind of corrupted by old parts of Megatron. So like it becomes this kind of hive mind, Megatron.
I used to have the Transformers 2007 movie game for my Wii, and that shit was so fun. I
Dude,
just
it was
drive
open
around.
world.
Yeah.
You could climb buildings.
Mm-hmm.
That game was sick.
It's fucking awesome.
Jedi Survivor looks sick.
Oh yeah.
Forgot there was that trailer.
Dude, we were so far off on that. Did they show who the person in the tank was?
No.
They showed like a better
We
look
got
of
hints,
him, and he
but-
did not look familiar at all.
I don't remember the guy's name, but like Mace Windu on TikTok, that guy. I think I saw him tweet that he thinks it's a High Republic Jedi.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Especially since the Acolyte's doing High Republic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the first like
Um,
High Republic thing to leave like books and comics. Be cool.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Seer Junda's been doing with that library.
Yeah. I actually just recently finished Fallen Order. I played it back when it came out, and then I just stopped. And then after the Kenobi show, it got me interested enough to play again, so I finally beat it.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the same. If like she's at the same library that Jocasta Nu went to in the comics, and then like Luke went to later.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Um.
Dune?
Oh yeah, you gonna play the Dune MMO, Sam?
Yeah, I was really hopeful that it would just be like a single player RPG. I'm sure I'll check it out because if it's an MMO, it might be free. So we'll see, But yeah, it looked cool, looked good. I'm a Dune fan about it.
All right. What else?
Diablo 4.
Good.
Cool. Street Fighter 6. Like I said during the Game Awards, fighting games look better every year, but I will never play any of them.
Yep.
I liked Dragon Ball Fighters. It had a good like campaign, but as soon as I tried to go like online with it, I just got my ass ate every time I tried. So I just stopped playing it.
Damn, I'm gonna have to
Kevin
buy a
Conroy's gonna voice Batman and Suicide Squad.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yo.
That was the best news of the night.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I got the voice one more time. I was hopeful that if Batman was in the game, he'd be voiced by him, because the time would have matched up.
I wonder if they would have shown that clip, or like had
They
done
wouldn't
anything
have.
with Suicide Squad.
I guarantee the entire reason that they decided to reveal that was specifically so that people knew that Kevin Conroy was voicing.
Yeah.
It's strange that they haven't shown any like gameplay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I trust Rock City though.
Yeah. Just want to know what's it? I don't know. How's it gonna work?
I want to know like how the co-op's gonna work.
Hopefully better than
Please don't make it a
Gotham
looter
Knights.
game. Please.
Please.
Please don't make it Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
Bro, that game released and then no one talked about it.
Because it was bad.
Yep.
It was apparently it's just so mid.
Tekken 8 exists.
I peed
Horizon.
during that.
Horizon DLC.
Yes.
You
Oh,
go to modern
nice.
day Hollywood.
PS5 exclusive, by the way. So it's hopefully gonna take advantage of some the hardware.
Excited for that.
Really excited for Burning Shores. Yeah, agreed.
It's PS5 exclusive?
Yep.
That's that's a weird move.
Is Forbidden West on PC right now?
Not yet.
No.
Okay.
But it's on PS4.
No one's gonna play that Crash game.
Actually, I think it actually may be way more popular than we think, because I knew exactly what that announcement was going to be, specifically because I constantly... This was leaked like a long time ago, like that the game was happening.
I actually thought that
And
looked
people
pretty
have
cool.
People have been talking about it like ever since the leak happened. So like I knew it was
I've
Crash
seen
Team Rumble.
no one talk about it.
I knew it was Crash Team Rumble as soon as Crash showed up, because I hear so many people talking about it. But I couldn't be fucked.
Yeah, I could not be fucked. Earthblade is the Celeste dev's new game.
Looks gorgeous. Love it.
Yeah. Warhammer 40k. No one, well, a lot of people care about, but we don't.
Couldn't be fucked.
Couldn't be fucked.
Yeah. I think it's just funny that the DLC is called Space Marine 2. Anyway. I gotta scroll. Oh yeah, Bayonetta Origins looked sick.
Yeah, that was It kind of came out of nowhere.
Couldn't
Completely
be fucked.
completely unnecessary. I won't play it, but I think it looks interesting. Completely unnecessary subtitle. Just call it Bayonetta Origins.
Yeah. If it was in the style of the Bayonetta games, then I wouldn't be fucked, but it looks interesting, so I'm probably gonna play it.
Yeah, I think it visually looks interesting.
Hellboy was interesting.
That
Yes.
looked like that was a nice visual style.
Yeah.
What about the
person I was watching the Game Awards with made the comment of like, I would fucking love a Batman game that looked like this. And I agree with that.
what was that one game? There was like they were using like Doctor Strange ass spells.
Forspoken?
What? Forspoken?
Maybe.
I think that's the one with the big portals.
Oh wait, are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. It's like they walk out and it's like a war zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing a game. But
I'm pretty sure me and you. I'm pretty sure in the group chat, me and you both said, "Yeah, I'm definitely playing this."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was it? Oh,
Started with
not
an A, I
Banishers,
think.
but Banishers looked cool. The one where the dude's talking with his dead wife or whatever.
I don't remember that.
Immortals of Avum.
Yeah.
That's what it was called, and it's single player magic shooter.
Yeah, because it's a shooter with like, because I'm pretty sure it just looked like a shooter, and then like he walks out and he like starts using magic and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But single player?
Yeah, that's what the thing said. Lords
I
of
mean
the
that's
Fallen
fine, but I
looks
thought
like
multiplayer would be
they
awesome.
just ripped off Elden Ring, so
Yeah.
they've been doing that with Souls games, so I'm not surprised. Like specifically Lords of the Fallen. Last of Us Part 1 PC release.
Wait, hold on. Is Lords of the Fallen just like a bootleg Souls game? Did they do it with everyone?
Yeah, like it. I'm pretty sure the first game was a Souls-like that was pretty much just like not copied, but like took a lot of inspiration from Dark Souls.
They just steal. What? That's just their thing.
I'm not saying.
That's just their thing. Is they
I'm not
just
saying
make
like they cut and like they
No,
do
no.
this to make money. Like,
but like they just take inspiration from whatever FromSoft's previous game is.
well, this is their second game, so.
Well, I mean they're 2 for 2 at that
pattern
point.
yet. Yeah.
One more and then we got a problem.
Yeah. But I was confused at first because like it almost looked like it was Elden Ring DLC, just because it was talking about like follow the golden light, they didn't say become a lord, but they said something similar. Returnal's gonna be on PC. Genshin Impact, don't care about that.
Dude, it won Player's Choice.
Big boo to that.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about awards that shouldn't have won. That's the one that should not have won.
Yeah.
It didn't even come out last year.
They even added in the Game Awards stagecraster arrested after invading Elden Ring's Game of the Year speech. That's funny. Baldur's Gate, I'm hyped, because it's basically just D&D, the video game.
Was that the one that was that the one that was literally Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd hope it was
that
Dungeons
stuck
and
out to
Dragons, the video
me.
game.
I do not remember the title. It was like one of the PlayStation Studios games we saw. It was
it the one that was like a demo?
where they were, it was something like the gameplay involved like you'd like take a picture or some object and then it would like kind of become a part of the world and you could move through it.
Viewpoint?
Probably. It looked crazy. Like it looked super cool. and I'm definitely gonna get high and play that.
I think I remember what you're talking about, but I don't like. I can't like envision it in my head.
I'm struggling to envision it. Like, yeah, I don't know. It'd be like he'd have something in his hand, then it would be not in his hand anymore. It'd be in the environment, and then like take up a 3D space. It was, if you haven't seen the trailer for it, I recommend going and watching it because it looked insane in the best way.
What? Yeah, I can't fathom that. I gotta look this up right now.
You mentioned it. You sent a text about it that it was cool.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna watch this.
The Forspoken demo is available on PSN. If I had a PlayStation, I'd probably play it because I like how like the magic looks in that game. It's pretty interesting.
Wait, what's it called?
I think the one Sam was talking about was Viewpoint.
I looked it up and I'm not seeing anything.
Let's see, PlayStation camera game. There's something with a camera, I thought. No. Let's go to news.
I thought Jackson was the one that had the list of all the trailers.
I haven't seen it yet on here.
Oh.
It's a long list. Yeah, Banisher's Ghost of New Eden was interesting.
What was that?
That was the guy was talking to his dead wife with the other girl talking to him. He's not killing ghosts, he's banishing them.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like it's called Viewfinder.
Viewfinder.
There was like a Ghostbusters VR game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll get it.
I mean,
oh, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this game looks awesome. Like, how does that work? Dude.
I don't know, it's super trippy. It's...
Oh, and it's a PS4 game, too. Dude, I have a PS4.
It's a puzzle game that's all, based on, like...
I'm going to have to
getting
pick
the right
that up.
perspective and...
Wait, when's it coming out? I'm gonna look that up.
And it's got a bunch of different art styles to it. Yeah, it looks awesome. That was one of those things for me that just like, okay, didn't expect it. Really cool though.
Remnant 2 was announced. I don't remember hearing a lot about the first one, so okay. Blue Protocol was that one that was being published by Amazon Games, which I forgot existed.
Oh, also forgot about that.
Here's one of the ones I missed. After Us, a surreal platformer. Game is set on a post-human Earth where players become Gaia, the spirit of life.
Nice.
I don't know. Sounds interesting, at least. Yeah, a couple of these I missed. Replaced. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Replaced. What was the premise on that one?
Retro-futuristic platformer. An alternative 1980s America that will take the players to a trailer park, rundown city, lab, and...
Oh, yeah, that was the one that we said looked cool, but we wouldn't probably play.
Oh.
Dead Cells DLC. Valiant Hearts.
Played the original on PlayStation. It's good. It's a nice little story game about PTSD.
Cool. It's going to mobile.
Whoa.
An interesting choice.
Yeah.
Colossal Cave. Okay, a lot of these have nothing attached to them. It's just the name and now a video of the trailer. Wild Hearts. I don't remember what this one is.
Wild Farts.
Yeah, true. COD Season 1 Reloaded. I'm now hyped to play the new Fire Emblem because they got people from Three Houses in it, so now I'm obligated to play it. Dune MMO, Destiny 2. I don't care about Destiny 2, but the DLC did look cool.
Destiny 2, like... They need to make Destiny 3. I want to like fresh restart.
Yeah, there's too much now.
Like
For,
like
like, a
me
new
and
person
Jackson
coming in.
played. Me and Jackson played like a little bit of Destiny 2. Like when it was free, when it became free, and like I don't remember anything we did.
Among Us.
Dude, hype.
Yeah.
Among Us
And
still
then
stays relevant.
Horizon Call of the Mountain is the last thing on here.
I will play it if I ever get PSVR 2.
I will not get PSVR 2.
Oh, and then there's that one VR game called like Behemoth or something that looked really cool, but I will never play it because I don't have VR.
I don't remember it.
It's the one where like the guy's hanging from a rope and he's on like the back of like a very giant monster.
Never
Sick.
know. I'm sure it's cool.
Well, that's the end of that list. I know there's things that aren't on it, but
It's got to be.
couldn't be fucked to look more.
I'd say best game awards ever.
Yeah, Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
All right, let's talk about it. I was.
Yeah, so that kid got arrested.
We were so fucked up at that point. Watching it live, we were just like, "What's with the kid like standing behind them?" And then, but at the time that it like wrapped up, and they started playing the exit music, and he stepped up to the mic and said what he said. We were just kind of tuned out at that point, and kind of snapped back in when we heard Bill Clinton. Like, did he say Bill Clinton?
Yeah.
Then we went
said
back.
He wanted to nominate his Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Like, it seems like the kid is just a prankster. It's all good, whatever. But like, getting like looking at the situation seriously for a second. What a major security flaw. Like, what if he just killed Miyazaki? Like, why was he standing? Why was he allowed to stand there through the whole speech? Like, surely someone had to, like, people at home were like, "Wait, who's this fucking kid?" Surely security should have known. Like,
maybe
how
they
many
were
people
just
gonna
like
come up. He came from a different place in the crowd too. It's incredible.
A Kotaku article. This is far from the first time the young man whose name Kotaku believes to be Matan Even, had sprung to brief internet fame through internet pill trolling. After the ceremony ended, Keeley tweeted that the individual was arrested.
Let's go.
5 hours later, however, Even was already tweeting, "Today there is a lot of talking and speculation. More information will be released on all fronts sooner than later."
What?
Oh my god.
What?
This man's goofy.
When asked about what transpired after the incident, the LAPD Media Relations Office contradicted Kelly's account, saying the report had been taken, but no arrest was made. When asked to square that, a spokesperson for the Game Awards provided a more detailed account. They said, I don't know, Even or Evan, it's spelled like even, but I don't know if it's pronounced like that, was taken to a secure area inside the Microsoft Theater by TGA security staff, where he was then questioned by venue security as well as TGA hired on-site LAPD officers. They said he was then taken into custody and transported to a local police station for booking by the officers in their patrol vehicle. When asked about that version of events, a representative from the LAPD would only confirm that the individual had been transported to a station. Since no arrest was made, it's unclear how long he was held for questioning. Before stealthing his way onto the stage at one of the gaming industry's biggest events of the year,
He didn't stealth. He just walked up.
He did just walk up.
Dude,
even
if it's that
crashed
easy,
a BlizzCon panel, and went viral for pranking the LA Clippers fan cam and appeared on a right-wing conspiracy show, InfoWars, at least twice.
So the Clippers thing is confirmed, because if that's true, what he did at the Clippers game is pretty sick.
It must be.
He held up like a shirt, in the like merch for the Clippers, and so like this like they panned to him for the for either the jumbotron or for the broadcast at home or whatever. And he drops the shirt, and underneath it he has another shirt that was like "Free Hong Kong," and then they just immediately like quickly cut away from him.
so he's just a trickster.
China had blacklisted the Houston Rockets after their general manager tweeted out a picture of the same T-shirt just a couple weeks later. That's cool. Next month, even interrupted a BlizzCon 2019 panel with a similar message in support of Hong Kong protests. That was after Blizzard suspended the Overwatch guy the prior month.
How does it keep getting away with it? I feel bad for the Elden Ring guys, but like that definitely made the show better.
At least he waited until they were done.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with security is I think once he was on stage, they were just waiting for him to do something because they didn't want to interrupt or.
Nah, you gotta get him out of there. Like on the slim chance that like he is a threat, you can't just leave him up there. I can't believe
why
he
did
was
they
up
leave
there.
him up there?
I don't know. There was so many comments about like, oh, Daddy Jeff was gonna like crack down on the security team for that. Like, they failed, man.
Yeah. This might be bad unless even is trolling. As Motherboard pointed out, this made Even a ripe target to be co-opted by right-wing political actors who saw the opportunity to attack seemingly liberal hypocrisy on the issue. But Even was also apparently already a big fan of at least one of InfoWars' hosts, Owen Schroyer. He said as much in a 2019 appearance calling Schroyer his favorite person on InfoWars, while a second appearance in 2020, Schroyer called Even one of the young stars of the conservative movement. Then it talks about Sandy Hook for some reason. And then yay.
Of course.
People worried that what Even did was secretly some racist 4chan deep cut, but that didn't seem to be the case. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier earlier today said that he appeared to understand Hebrew and called him almost certainly a Jewish prankster.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I was never an avid viewer of InfoWars, nor am I now, he told Motherboard. He reportedly went on to call Clinton a true inspiration, especially in the gaming space.
Yeah, I kind of love him.
That was wild.
Yeah.
No, like, the thing that was wild about it is that no one knew what was going on. Absolutely no one. They just kept going on like nothing happened.
Because he was up there the whole time, I was certain that he was just like he was supposed to be there, even though it was just like clearly a child. He's 15 years old, standing up there with these like
even
Japanese
Jackson was like,
creators.
"Who's that kid?"
Like
he also had Yeezys on.
Yeah, I don't know if like it was just the intoxication or what, but I was just like, yeah, I mean, like it's weird that there's a child there, but I get like he's supposed to be there. And then when he said something, I'm like, he said something about Bill Clinton. That's strange, but whatever. Then afterwards,
I didn't.
Also, the speaking of the Gourd speech.
The Gourd.
Bro, Miyazaki went kind of hard during that speech. He was like, Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot better games next year, so watch out for that. I was like, oh shit.
Damn, that's the coolest
Yeah, I
thing you
won't
could have
watch
said.
out.
It's like, this game sucks, actually, compared to the shit I got coming out.
He was just securing his spot. So, see, what's going to happen is they always have the person who won Game of the Year present the Game of the Year for next year. So next year, he's going to present Game of the Year to himself and then give the award to himself.
It'll be the meme of Obama putting an award on himself.
That's what they're going to do. Bro, I'm convinced when I
Damn,
realized
Sam, you suck that shit down.
when I realized that the Oscars guy was doing the speech, or not the speech, but he was doing the award, I realized, like, what if they chose It Takes Two last year, because they could double up with getting him on stage to accept the award, and then they get him back next year to do the game award, like to present the award, because they know that everybody loves him because of the fuck the Oscars thing. What if it was just a whole marketing thing?
It's just a
To get more-
conspiracy theory that It Takes
Yeah.
Two won Game of the Year.
Yeah, it's a great game, but you got to think about it. Is it really better than Resident Evil 8?
Yeah, what was expected to win last year? I don't remember.
I don't remember the nominees.
Ratchet and Clank. Let's see, Ratchet and Clank.
Resident Evil 8 was on there.
Resident Evil 8. It Takes
2021.
Two.
That's
Psychonauts 2. That's 4. There was one from every studio. What was Nintendo's?
Game of the Year was Deathloop, Metroid Dread,
Yep.
Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village.
Oh,
And then it Takes Two.
I think Deathloop
Metroid
was the favorite
Dread.
to win.
I was gonna say Metroid Dread and Ratchet and Clank.
Metroid Dread was my Xenoblade 3. I wanted it to win so bad. It never stood a chance.
Yeah. I definitely would have popped off.
I wanted it to win, and I never even played it. There was a
Alright,
trailer
well,
for it at the Game Awards, but I totally forgot that there was new Mario Kart DLC, and it's actually
Oh, yeah.
crazy. There's in the new update. You don't have to own the DLC, but there's item selections. Like, you can choose
Yeah,
what
you
items
can
you want in the
customize
race,
the items.
and everyone's choosing just blue shells. So, like, people are getting bombarded with blue shells. It's
You
insane.
gotta do that at a bowl.
Yeah, that came so late, man. Oh, if we had that sooner, we would have come up with some degenerate shit.
Bro, we should play, like, online Mario Kart sometime.
Just,
Where-
Mario
just
Kart-
forget that, like,
Mario Kart Online is actually really good.
yeah,
I've
I always
played, like,
forget that
public matches.
Switch like has online.
There's no party system, so it's archaic.
All right. Well, I
Anything
think that
else?
wraps up our hour-and-a-half recap of the 3-hour Game Awards.
Hey! See, Jeff, it can be cut down.
All right.
Do we just want to
Time for
move straight
ones.
into ones? Yeah.
Unless
Take
there
head
were
on
any
this.
unless there were any topics such as cargo shorts, tuna and leftovers, and evaporation of dookie.
I think we could save those for next week.
No, but your guys' poop doesn't evaporate if you hold it in too long.
No,
No.
that's not how it works.
Bro, if you're gonna have liquid poop, you gotta hold it in. If you know it's gonna be liquid, you gotta hold it in, because it'll either solidify or it'll solidify and turn into farts. You'll just fart it out. Dude, it's real. I promise. Next time you think you're gonna have a really bad poop, hold it in. It'll solidify.
I'm gonna
And
hit
or
up Google
evaporate.
Scholar about this between this pod and the next.
I'm just
I will
built
give
different.
you that. I will give you that there could be like some sort of chemical reaction that, or something like that, like when it hardens, like some of it turns into gas or something. But like it doesn't just fully evaporate.
Dude, it's evaporating. Evaporating
It's
is a
not what
it's
that
that's
is.
yes, huh? It's going from it's going from a liquid to a gas.
Well, if there's a chemical reaction that creates the fart, that'd be different from evaporating, because evaporating is when like heat or like
Yeah,
heat,
well,
like,
I'm not.
brisks
Yeah,
it off
well,
the surface, and
my
like
body
like,
doesn't
it's
do a
just
chemical
phase
reaction.
change.
My body does a. My body evaporates. It's not a chemical reaction. It's
I
an
don't think
evaporation.
farts are like gaseous shit. Like it's not just like shit
Gases.
superheated into like gas.
It is. My body is. I'm just built different.
All right, Sam, what's your one?
My one this week is the Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny trailer.
Damn, we didn't talk about that. I'm glad bro snuck in the topic as his one. Dude, I was waiting for the segment of Pierce and Sam go crazy over Indiana Jones.
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love it.
Dude, Indiana
Ready?
Jones is so good.
That like first instance of de-aging that I'm fully on board with. We'll have to see it like in motion in the movie, but in the trailer it looked incredible. I don't know. I'm just, we didn't learn much about the plot. It was very just kind of vague, showing snapshots of the movie trailer, but everything we saw looked great. When the music kicked in like halfway through the trailer, I think the first time I was watching it, like that like made me shed a tear. I'm just, Indiana Jones and Star Wars, those are the movies we were raised on. So except for someone,
Yeah.
so just like I was so excited when Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, and now like as an adult, I'm very excited.
Bro, the hype
this
around
movie.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was insane. That was like when Star Wars came back. Like when Force Awakens came out, like Indiana Jones was everywhere.
And I loved Crystal
When the
Skull
Force
when I saw
Awakens
it in
came out.
theaters. I think it was only later on that, like, I came to my opinion kind of soured on it a bit, but I still enjoy it as a movie. It's a fun movie.
I haven't watched it in almost a decade, so like my opinions of it only come from like seeing clips of it online. But like, I can't remember my opinion of it when I was a kid, but I do remember knowing that it wasn't a good movie because I was young and I was like 9 years old when it came out, 8 or 9. So, like, I wasn't like quite at the age where like everything is just like wow, like I'm gonna love this no matter what. But I wasn't old enough to form my own opinions yet. So like, if I heard everyone was saying that this movie was bad, I was like, oh well, it must be bad. And so I just watched Temple of Doom the other day. I'm gonna watch Last Crusade, and then I'm gonna watch Crystal Skull. So we'll see what my opinion is of it, kind of going in fresh.
Yeah. Dial of Destiny. Can't come soon enough. Nazis are back.
Let's go.
Fuck yeah. All right, my one this week is Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
I just last night, right? I think I don't know. Whenever I watch anime late at night, I can never remember what day it was when I watched it. So I'm pretty sure last night I caught up to episode 9, which is the most recently released episode at this time, and it's absolutely insane. I definitely suggest it to Sam at least. I know Pierce doesn't like anime.
Where's it?
It's not that I don't
No,
like
Is it on
anime.
like
Racist.
HBO?
No, I like anime. I just
Crunchyroll.
can't be fucked.
I gotta get a Crunchyroll account.
You do. I'd say it starts as like what like the average viewer would expect from like a Shonen Jump type anime, where it's like kind of a dumb character who is like super motivated and just like wants to kill bad guys and stuff like that. With like a goofy cast of characters who seem lovable, and then in episode 8 and 9, it just fucking goes absolutely insane. And I'm not spoiling any of it at all because I want it to be a complete surprise for Sam when he eventually watches it. So
So
definitely watch it.
How many episodes are in the first season?
I imagine they're gonna do like a 12 or 13.
Oh, so it's ongoing right
for-
now.
yeah, it's releasing.
Yeah. I imagine it'll be a 12 or 13 run for this season, and then I imagine there's seasons to come. So,
Nice.
yeah. Pierce, what's your one? Can't be Indiana Jones. You're
Didn't
watching
skip
the
to
trailer
Ethan.
right now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm actually just on Twitter.
Okay. Ethan.
I want to partially piggyback on Chainsaw Man because episodes 8 and 9 have just like they've gone so hard.
Okay, then Pierce can do Indiana Jones.
But other than that, I finally also watched Spy X Family.
Nice.
Also highly recommend.
That one I'm waiting for when the season's finished to catch up.
Indiana Jones.
Talk about the Temple of Doom you were watching the other day.
Dude, Temple of Doom, like, I understand why it's kind of like the black sheep of the original trilogy. Like, I can understand why, like, people look at it differently, but it's just cool. Like, everything about it just, like, it has an extremely forgettable villain, but, like, he does cool shit, and, like, he looks cool. So, like, he gets a pass in my book. It was my favorite movie when I was a kid.
Do you think that, like, do you think any of the indie villains though are like super standout like good villains? I mean, in
I think Bellic
Raiders you have
is.
Belloc, who I think is the most compelling, but even still, like, his character is just kind of being like the evil Indiana Jones.
Yeah, but in Indiana Jones, that's all you need.
Right, so all I need is like a weird priest
Because you know,
underground priest man that can
because
pull
you know
people's
all,
hearts out.
because you know all of Indiana Jones' character traits, so you don't need to know Bellic's character traits because they're just the opposite, but the same because they are both archaeologists.
I like how dark Temple of Doom is. I love the alternate costume.
Yeah.
Not really the alternate costume, but just like the sleeves ripped off, kind of like,
It's dark, but it's also still very funny.
yeah. Short Round is great comedic relief. It is a little racist.
But
Definitely
it's good.
of its time.
But it's wholesome.
The way they portray
him and
India is
Indy's-
not like great. And so it's particularly the dinner scene is a little rough. But there's some great stuff in Temple of Doom. Love the opening. I've like hijacked your one.
Club Obi-Wan.
Club
Bro,
Obi-Wan.
no, bro, we could share this one. This is our one.
Dude, yeah, the Club Obi-Wan scene, like, where they, we have the antidote, Dr. Jones. It's like,
Yeah.
just
I was
that whole
watching that.
sequence.
I was
So
watching that,
good.
and I was watching that, and Sydney was like, "Why did he just show him that he has the antidote?" It's like it's part of the fun. It doesn't make sense. And he like
Also-
gets behind that like gong and is like walking behind it as the person's shooting at him, but it's not like blocking the bullets. It's like it's still shooting through, so like he could totally die. He's just getting really lucky. Like, oh, it's so good.
And the original refrigerator nuke scene, jumping out of an airplane in a raft.
Yeah, that scene alone like makes the nuke scene argument like completely fall apart because this man can survive anything.
It's always been silly. The classic cutting the bridge. Lot to love about Temple of Doom. Child slavery.
Dude, that part, the ending, like, but this child slavery sucks, but it makes the ending so much better when like he frees everyone and like they're all returning home and it's all like really feel good. I love it. Temple of Doom's a great movie. I think it's the most underrated Indiana Jones movie. Because everyone loves Raiders, everyone loves Last Crusade, everyone hates Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. No one ever talks about Temple of Doom. I think it's really good. It's the most unique. You got hearts being pulled out of people and they're still beating, and then they burn alive and then the heart burns alive. You got voodoo dolls.
Goofy.
Dude, it's awesome. You got like the power of love, getting people out of trances.
That's right. I forgot the whole trance thing.
Shit's fucked up. But it's all worth it for the minecart chase.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the next movie I watch now.
Dude, I'm rewatching all the movies. Do it.
Yeah, we did a marathon of it last year. We'll definitely do a marathon.
Why limit
before...
yourself?
Oh yeah, true.
Like that was my dilemma. Was like I want to watch them now, but I also want to do it close to it. But why stop it? Yeah, but
I
Indiana
watch
Jones.
Avatar before the new Avatar movie.
Have you seen the original?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I haven't.
I watched it at my friend's.
I've seen
fourth
bits
grade. He had a 3D TV back when those were a thing for a little bit.
The second one's getting really good reactions.
That's why I have to
like,
see
am I gonna
it
have
now.
to see it? But like, everyone was like, "Oh, we don't care about this." But is James Cameron gonna pull it off? Is he gonna get the highest grossing movie again?
And what everyone said about the first one was that like it was an amazing theater experience. So I do want to see this.
And that's what people are saying about this. That it's like stunning. Like you're never gonna see anything like it. I do think it's admirable I do think it's nice that we can get hyped about a big blockbuster movie that isn't like a part of a massive franchise. I mean, technically, Avatar is a massive franchise since the first one was the highest grossing movie. But, like, it's not really a franchise. Like, this is the second movie. And I do think that it is kind of nice that we can get hyped up about a movie that's not Marvel or Star Wars or Indiana Jones or Transformers. DC, you know. Something that's different. I do think that that might be why people like it so much, is that it's probably a breath of fresh air.
We'll see if people still feel that way when we get on number 5.
Yeah.
Remember, they have 4 more of these plans.
And they filmed 2 and 3 at like the same time. They filmed them back to back. I'm pretty sure the third one comes out next year.
Yeah,
so
crazy. That'll shake things up.
Yeah, I think this one will do well. I don't think the others will.
I think
it's going to be diminishing returns.
The first movie is pretty cool. I think like the whole idea is fun, but like they've got, I don't know, is there enough there to justify 5 movies? I'm gonna really need to see in this second one like where the plot goes. Like that's the most, like that's the thing I'm most curious about, is like, can they turn this into something that's like, oh yeah, this should be like a whole big franchise? Because the first movie is Pocahontas.
I barely remember anything about the first movie.
It's such like a cliched, like it's a visually cool.
It's on
movie
Disney
with
Plus.
Action set pieces, but like it's just that
it.
cliched, like, you know, American, not American per se, but just like imperialist power comes in, is like, you know, stripping the native population for its resources, and the native population fights back. There's someone from the colonizers who are like, I actually want to, you know, like I like how these people work. I want to be with the natives. I'm going to fight for the natives, and then, you know, yeah.
I'm like really When's it come out?
Next week.
See, if it wasn't like right before Christmas, then I'd go see it.
I think it'll be in theaters for a couple months.
Yeah, good point. Maybe I'll see it like after Christmas and everything.
Yeah, definitely after.
'Cause I'm not
Christmas
gonna
will be
have
there.
money before Christmas. I still have to buy Christmas presents, bro. I can't see Avatar. What is James Cameron thinking?
Oh yeah, I wonder if that will limit him.
This man, now we're thinking. No, Christmas movies always do really well for some reason. I would not like. Who's going to see a movie on Christmas or around? Like, I don't know. Movies are the last thing on my mind. Movies are the last thing on my mind during this.
Wasn't Far From Home
Yeah.
like near Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
but that was Far From Home, or you mean No Way Home?
Yeah, No Way Home.
But that was No Way Home. That's different.
You are talking about the sequel to the biggest movie, like the second biggest movie of all time.
You're talking about probably one of the most hyped movies of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. The casuals might come out in droves for this one.
maybe that's true.
They're like, I haven't seen a movie since the original Avatar. Now they made a second one.
Oh, they're making another one. I gotta go back in a year. That is way too long.
Oh fuck! I left my oven on.